I swear you're sounding more and more
like a fancy man.
Who, me?
Yeah. I'm sounding more and more like what?
Like the Donald every day. I feel like you
it's
are
intentional.
It's intentional. Yeah, okay.
If that's happening, it's because it's on purpose.
Okay. I noticed. Yeah.
I can't help myself.
Dude, let me tell you something. Porter's house. I was at Porter Stansberry's house yesterday. And I mean, it's not a house. It's a ranch. It's a ranch. It's like a compound.
I was like, what? I was like, what's Porter's Ranch? Am I supposed to know what this is?
He's got like this huge ranch, and so he's got a car collection because of course he does, and so he had to build a garage. This garage is bigger than 99% of homes in America.
I'm sure.
This garage is ridiculous. Stone. Yeah. I mean, as somebody who's like, doing stuff to his house, like I'm taking notes, I'm taking pictures, sending it to my wife. I'm like, look how he did this. This is really nice.
What was
very impressive?
What was the coolest car?
I don't know anything about cars. But somebody was telling me that there's like some Ferrari that there's only like 900 of them or something.
That's a thing.
I don't know.
Can I ask? Did you have a?
I know. I understand it. I respect it. I don't know anything about Ferraris or any cars.
Did you have a porterhouse at Porter's house?
Hey! Now. Here we go.
Funny guy.
No, I had a roast beef sandwich though.
Cool.
A roast beef sandwich?
Dude, let me tell you something. Strazza would have loved it. They were handing out these little. Well, I had when I was starving, but like later on, they were passing out these little tuna hors d'oeuvres, like little raw tuna ahi. Oh my god, fantastic! And then they had the
chip,
the pork belly tacos.
Nice.
Little mini pork belly tacos.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good. Let me tell you something. I was like looking at Porter. I was like, "Hey, nice,
good job on the belly.
Good job." All right, let's start this up.
By the way, one of the worst investors of all time says to short Tesla.
It. So stop it! Don't you do that? Don't you?
No, I'm long. I like to hear that. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear.
All right.
By the way, Tesla is on pace to close the month at the highest level of any month in the history of the company's stock.
Don't call it a breakout yet, my friend.
Dude, I peeked at those monthly candles. I know I'm not supposed to, but I couldn't help myself. Holy shit.
Peeker.
All right, here we go.
I know.
Peeker.
Total peeker.
Run it. I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah.
Enough with the blabbering. We are all here. This is the morning show. Spencer, JC, Steve, Alfonso with you this morning. A lot to discuss. Individual names on my list, on Steve's list, and JC's list. It will not be a show all about Tesla. I certainly hope not. It is Thursday. We'll have Sean McLaughlin stop by. We'll have Kenny Glick stop by. And that's what we're going to do. So if you're watching us on YouTube, do me a quick favor. Hit the thumbs up, please. And thank you if you're watching us on Twitter or X. Head on over to YouTube and hit the thumbs up. That'd also be cool. All right, let's bring them back. Here we go.
All right, we are back. Maryland sucks right now. It's just rainy and gross.
Yeah.
How long are you there?
I'm heading back today. I mean, it's only a few-hour drive. It's not a big deal. Meb Faber's here today.
Oh, Meb.
Cool.
Shout out Meb Faber.
Love Meb. Ask him about the international stocks.
What do you think he's going to say, bro? Obviously. So you just want like confirmation.
I like
bias
when Meb
here?
likes it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I know Meb likes it. We're gonna ask him anyway just to make ourselves feel good.
Exactly right.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah. Like when you get a new haircut, it's like, oh, look at my new haircut. You know, it's kind of like you just want somebody to tell you that you look good, right?
Stephen Weitzel and Rob Koifman coming on the show next week. Is that right?
That's right.
Monday
No.
Tuesday.
Together?
No.
No, separate.
We're gonna do a post Ryder Cup wrap up with Weitzel.
When is the Ryder
Cup?
Oh,
that's why. I was wondering why. Okay, now it all makes sense.
It starts on a Friday?
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Eli and Michael Strahan killed it for the U.S. celebrity team yesterday.
Nice. So it's at Bethpage Black?
That's right. Yeah. U.S. has...
I played all the other ones. The black one was the only one that I never played. I think you have to walk.
The state of golf is gotten so interesting. The rest of the world has caught up and gotten better than the American golfers. It's great to see because it's just, worldwide adoption of this beautiful sport. But like United States, I don't even think has a chance. Scotty Scheffler can't play every match. So the European players, at least the breadth of their team is just far better. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to.
Well, they got more countries, right? They got so many more countries.
Yeah. But it's just Europe, isn't it?
I don't know.
I mean, it's not. I mean, Europe is a big place. Lots of countries
they do the President's Cup on the off years, and that's like the rest of the globe. Anyway,
let's state some markets, JC, please.
I think we should.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Dow futures down about 160 points this morning. Here, let me see. Let's throw this up. See, we got the old Dow futures down 160 points this morning. We're looking at 24,600, just below that. 46,360 for the Dow, 24,600 for the NASDAQ, down 150 points. Dow down 72. I got a road game today. We got an off-site, S&P 500 down 27 points, 6666. 6666 for the S&P. 30-year bond futures down 0.25%, 116. Crude oil down 0.5%, 64.5. Copper down 0.2%, 478. Gold flat at 37.70. Silver up 1.7% on the day, pushing 45 with the VIX above 17. VIX above 17. Over in funny money land, you got Bitcoin 111,400, down 2,000 points today. Ethereum back under 4,000, down 4.25%. We got Solana back under 200, 5.7%. Brings the total crypto market cap down to 3.76 trillion. Mr. Spencer Israel down to 3.76 trillion. What stands out?
I was looking at copper this morning. Sort of one of many reasons why I can never really get into commodities because, you go to sleep, whatever, and then overnight there's a mudslide in like Indonesia, and at 4 o'clock in the morning, like the market's.
Was there a mudslide in Indonesia?
Yes, there was a mudslide in Indonesia, actually. Wait, was it Indonesia? I'm pretty sure it's Indonesia. I don't want to get the country wrong now, but you wake up, there's a mudslide somewhere on the other side of the world, and copper is ripping, and shorts are getting blown out, and it's all happening at 4 o'clock in the morning, and that's too much for me. I can't do that. So that's what I was watching.
There are stocks that trade all hours of the night as well, Spencer. It's not just commodities.
I was telling someone yesterday, you know what technology stocks don't do? You know what tech companies don't do?
They have mudslides.
They don't find dead bodies in mines.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Never has there once been a tech stock that's found dead bodies in mines and been down 10% because of it.
That's right.
So, know what you own.
So yeah, that's what I was watching in the futures. I was looking at copper here because I don't look at copper all the time, granted, but that's a big move in one night. I feel like. You see the dry bulk? Is the dry bulk good for you guys?
So tell me what's going on there.
Panamax down 1%. Cape size down 1%. What is Suez Max? That's like the Suez Canal. No idea what any of this means.
Transocean had an offering.
Transocean fucked up their share offering so badly. These guys
what happened to Transocean? I swear to God, I almost bought it.
These guys can't do anything right. It's frustrating. It's really frustrating at this point. They offered, the stock spiked yesterday. It was trading at like 360 and they offer shares at like $3. I don't understand. Who's making these decisions over there? So whatever. Stock's right back to where it came from. Cool.
Stock's down 16%.
Yeah, this
wow.
Really,
good thing I didn't
really
buy
screwed
that
the
one,
pooch
huh?
on this one. Yeah.
Yep.
You got that downward slope and 200-day moving average. Kind of nasty. You know, that's what kind of kept me
Smart
away.
friends are texting me saying the dollar has to bounce sometime.
How smart are these friends?
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. Well, if the dollar bounces, that's going to put a bummer on this trade here. Throw up slide 4, please. So here we're looking at the returns of global markets since the Trump landslide victory in November of last year, right? So Trump, you know, going into the election, it was obvious that Trump was going to win.
Africa.
You know, with that. Shout out Africa. Tesla was doing well. Banks were doing well. Crypto was doing well. Like all Trump things were doing well. It was, you know, all the poly markets. It was obvious it was going to be a landslide. So fine, great. So the market is a discounting mechanism. What was the trade, right? Like it's like, okay, Trump's going to win. What's the trade? The trade was buy China. The trade was more so buy China than buy international. It wasn't until the dollar really started to collapse that it was like, all right, now buy the rest of the world. Yep. But look at these returns. The U.S. is putting up historic returns since Trump was elected again. And despite the historic returns by the United States, massive underperformer globally. Massive, like not even close. So dollar strength here is not going to be good for this. It's going to mean revert this if the dollar strengthens, right?
And wouldn't that make sense? I mean, you're showing the year-to-date performance here. These things are up. Year-to-date?
This is since the election.
Since November. These things are up 40, 30%. So little give back, corrective wave, strong dollar period would, I think, make okay sense.
Can you throw up the Ned Davis chart? I think this is really interesting. You'll like this, Strazza. So our friends over at Ned Davis, shout out Ned Davis and you know the whole team over there. So we'll come back to that. Go to the Ned Davis chart.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. Beautiful. So here we're looking at foreign-held U.S. equities. Throw it up.
Get rid of our faces. I can't see this. Make it full.
Make it full. So these are what foreign investors outside the United States, the percentage of U.S. stocks that they own of total U.S. financial assets, right? So in other words, the percentage of their U.S. allocation that's equities, this was 12% back in, this was 12% back 15 years ago. Now it's over 30. So right before the U.S. went on one of the most historic runs of outperformance in the history of the stock market, foreign investors were not, they had no faith in America. This was after the great financial crisis. They're like, it's all America's fault. America sucks. America went on one of the greatest runs of outperformance of all time. Now they have their highest allocation to U.S. equities when we believe, at least I believe, that the tide has turned. That era of U.S. exceptionalism is now over. Now it's foreign equities, and the foreign investors don't want anything to do with their foreign equities. They're piling into America. I'll take the other side of this.
I think that's great. I think this is a great chart. Absolutely. I'm with you. It's time for them to own more of their own stocks.
If I go back to this for a second.
People don't want to own Chinese stocks. Americans don't want to own Chinese stocks.
No.
These things.
There's big efforts going on in China right now to get their people to buy stocks.
Well, yeah, to get the Chinese to buy Chinese stocks, right?
That's
That's not new. That always happens.
They're doing a giant campaign like never before.
Do you guys think that this chart or the idea of this chart has permeated the broader investing culture?
Not yet,
right? So isn't that kind of like basically we've already had almost a year of relative outperformance, the world versus the U.S. And no one, not no one, most people probably haven't noticed or don't know that this is the case.
Because there's not enough yet to get people to change their behavior, frankly.
But but the point that I'm trying to get to,
dude, this was 15 years of brainwashing.
The point that I'm trying to get to, by the time people start to notice, this will be over.
I don't think so.
No,
these are secular trends. And if you zoom out on like a VGK SPY or an EFA SPY, I mean, this really hasn't begun yet. We're talking about it, but like the relative trends, if you're just indexing, right? If folks are just indexing and like, God forbid, they're still in SPYs instead of EFA, like they're not hurt. They're not, their advisor's not calling them like, dude, we got to get out of SPY and ETH. That's not that. Those conversations are not happening at all.
Here is what we'll do. What I think Todd's on the show next week or maybe the week after. When he's on, I will ask him for some flows charts into international or out of international. I just want to see what international flows are because I suspect there's not many of them, right? And part of me thinks that by the time that the flows start to catch up, that this, it's already been almost a year. Congratulations. Well done, international. Good job.
Hasn't even been that, dude. Hasn't even been that. And this could last a decade, dude. This is just the beginning.
Oh, see, I'm saying it could be enough.
No way.
All right.
Goolsby.
No, this is secular. Strazza's right.
All right.
So PCE, actual 2.1, expecting 2%. Consumer spending, 2.5, expecting 1.6. GDP came in hot. GDP price index, I don't know what the hell that is. Goolsby, funny name though. And CleanSpark opens 100 million Bitcoin-backed credit facility with 2 Prime.
Is that the Israeli one?
It's probably fine.
Is it the Israeli one?
CLSK?
No, I don't know actually.
Because Israel does make the best tech stocks, so that would be neat.
I don't know.
I wouldn't say they make the
I
best.
don't know about that.
Pretty good.
They make some okay ones. They make some okay ones.
All right.
CleanSpark, not from Israel, actually from Henderson, Nevada.
All right.
Home of the Bunny Ranch, Henderson, Nevada. American Association of Individual Investors. Can you throw up slide 7?
Yeah, GDP came in real hot.
More bulls than bears, ladies and gentlemen. After 7 consecutive weeks of more bears than bulls, the American Association of Individual Investors has now turned. The chase is on.
Okay.
More bulls than bears, Strazza. How about
All right,
that?
so the bulls are back, and you'll love to see it. This makes more sense to me, finally, for the first time. Basically,
it's about time. It's about time.
This is great.
Throw up Tesla. One of these perma bear guys was crying about Tesla, about how he wants to be short. I don't think he has any money to be short, but we are long. This is on pace. If you want to zoom in there, Spencer, this is on pace. Again, we got 3 more days after today. So 4 more trading days in the month of September, on pace to have the highest monthly close of all time. And you got people out there trying to short it. These fucking idiots. Hold on. ARK has the highest short interest ever. Tesla is the largest weighting in ARK, 10% of that index, and they are more short today than they've ever been ever. While this thing's making new all-time highs, I mean, I think these people are crazy.
What are the? I don't know if they if there are market effects of like a high short interest in ARK, what that does to Tesla. I'm not sure that translates.
Well, you're watching it translate, baby. You're watching it, Spencer. You got a front row seat to that translation.
Because people may or may not get squeezed out of a short position in an ETF. I don't know if that means that the largest holding in that ETF will have to go higher as a result.
Let me remind you, Spencer Israel, you accused me on live television on Stock Market TV of a one Tim Waltz living in my head rent-free, and I was reminding you that fucking putz dancing on stage talking about how broke he is, but he has the time to look at Tesla stock to get through his day. That stock is up 80% in his face since then. And I wasn't here making fun of the tampon guy because of political reasons. It was because that guy's a putz. And when he opens his mouth, you want to take the other side. There's a few of those out there in this world. And if you pay attention, there's a lot of money to be made. So that was one of the best trades we put on this entire year.
So that happened like March or April, whatever, right?
It's happened in March.
Okay, so
then this idiot
is Tesla the only stock up since March?
Wait, just stop. because I think we're confusing this situation. Are you talk about this a lot. Are you saying that Tampon Tim was the signal for this trade? Okay.
No, we bought the stock, if you recall, the
Okay.
week before, and then he did his little shimmy on the stage, right? The little So it was just reaffirmation.
That's huge because Tesla's actually the only stock up since March. So well done, JC. That was a good call on you.
Spencer hates this trade.
It is, I think, the best performer. I think it's the best performer in the S&P 500 since he opened his mouth about it again.
Yeah, take that, Spencer. So,
yeah.
Hey,
all right.
You know what? I like what the Tampon
I don't know
man
why
did.
you're always backing up this Tampon guy. Why do you like?
I'm not backing him up. I'm saying that this concept is dumb. It's a good trade. The trade,
not a bad trade. Not a bad
this
trade.
isn't like a process. This is just a fun thing that happened along the way for a trade that he was in. He likes talking about.
Like for example, remember in February of 2020, we were short equities, particularly tech stocks, and buying bonds. And then a week later, The Economist magazine puts a cover of a stampeding robot bulls. Remember?
One of the best ever.
Saying like tech. Like we were already shorting tech stocks. We were already buying treasury bonds. This is
my favorite thing. This is my favorite. When JC says that that tech stocks foreshadowed a pandemic, that's my favorite thing.
Dude, the robot bulls that was great signal. The robot bulls. That was like just classic. Hall of Fame magazine cover. Hey, hold on.
I have it,
listen.
by the way, obviously. Here, do you guys want to see it? Look. Throw up the news slide too.
Hey guys.
Don't you guys know that tech stocks called the pandemic before the pandemic? Did you know that?
No, tech stocks did not. It was the transportation. No, it was the transportation stocks.
My fault.
The transportation stocks.
Banks too. Banks were good, JC. Banks.
Yeah, banks too. Yeah, regional banks were making all-time relative lows.
And bonds were a great signal too.
So this came out after we were already short tech stocks, after we were already buying treasury bonds. And then the stampeding, you can't make this shit up. This is stampeding robot bulls. So this is equivalent to the tampon guy dancing about how he gets his rocks off watching Tesla stock fall, even though he has no money to buy stocks. They
left out NVIDIA of this stampede. You notice? Interesting.
Well, this was 5 years ago, bro.
Interesting. Interesting. Huh.
NVIDIA wasn't in that group.
It was, but wow.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. Time flies. Crazy. I'll tell you though about the tampon man. Hold on.
Oh, actually, wait. There it is. There it is. The top story. How to prepare for a pandemic. Okay. Good job, Economist.
Stop giving them credit. They fucked it up bad.
They were on it in February. All right. Cool.
Wow. Yeah. Well, people were already getting it.
Yeah. No, I know.
Right. How to prepare for the pandemic? Buy tech stocks.
The pandemic was crazy. Tampon man, I prefer his style of going out and shit talking stocks and not being short because I think that's probably a more genuine way to go about this, unlike some of these perma bears who have been short these stocks forever. And frankly, they're fucking liars because it's impossible. They would have no money left. They would have disappeared by now. You zoom out on a chart like Tesla, and the guy who's bearish today, you think was bearish 4 years ago and 6 years ago and 8 years ago. And you look at the chart and you've got to think to yourself, well, sounds cool, man, to be so bearish, but you haven't been short this because you'd be dead.
Yeah.
So these guys are all freaking liars. They're out here to scare people. Yeah. And frankly, these short theses aren't very actionable at all.
There's a well-known analyst who's been short, bearish Tesla the entire time. And what he said, he sounds smart. He uses a lot of big words I don't understand. And it sounds like he's making sense. But he's been bearish basically the whole time. Right. And I won't
stop listening to him.
And it sounds smart, but it's like, is it right or is it wrong? And
yeah, but it sounds smart to ignorant people. It sounds stupid to people who understand.
I agree.
So it depends who your audience is. Is your audience a bunch of ignorant morons, or is your audience people who actually understand markets, right?
A lot of these networks have like, I don't know, what do you call them? Like like they're standard bears, which I honestly believe that there are people on the financial networks who are incredibly smart, who are always bearish and probably paid to be that person.
Yeah.
Swear to God.
Yeah, because they can't be that stupid.
It's probably not explicit, but they know where their bread is buttered. So yeah.
Yeah, like remember these financial television networks, it's like WWF, right?
Yeah.
Like you need the heel, right? Like they're just making things up. It's entertainment for people who find that entertaining. Like that's what it is. I prefer WWF than I do like financial television. But I think the WWF is much better. But
it's the same thing.
But it's the same thing.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I'll tune in. I'll jack up the volume when they're like arguing with each other. You know, you got two of the guys arguing with each other. It's really good cinema.
They're selling Buicks. They're selling Buicks, like Perlman says. They're selling Buicks. They're not there to help you make money. Quite the opposite. They're there to make sure that you're distracted from making money so that they can sell you Buicks and penis pills and insurance. You know?
Guys, were the jobs good for you? Huh.
I don't understand why anybody's job is important other than your
Profits. A little light here. Interesting. That's a thing that we don't really talk about too much.
Jobless claims? What are you talking about?
Corporate earnings have been pretty stellar, like quarter in and quarter out. And nobody's really talking about this, but that's how stocks kind of trend higher over the long run, right? Is to grow that earnings number.
I feel like everyone's talking about that. That's why
I don't listen to anybody.
Stocks are up.
I feel like it should be talked about more because we're going through a boom period. And at the same time, these AI effects that everybody's promising, right, for all this economic growth, and there's going to be corporate profit growth from that for sure, hasn't really even hit yet. The economy's good without that. So I think that's pretty sick. Nice setup. Fundamentals look good.
All right, we got Kenny, aka.
I want to talk about crypto. I want to talk crypto. Let's get Kenny in here.
Yeah. All right, Kenny, you around? He's here, right? Cool.
It's been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my clock, they tug it. Putting up numbers, 99 problems, and I still kept it 100. Hola.
Hey, Mr.
What's up?
Glick.
Whoa.
You know, just trying to get paid, baby. Just trying to make a day's pay.
Speaking of that, what an interview. I was on Yahoo yesterday, and it was hard not to be super bullish because we were just talking about, by the way, it was my fifth time there. I was supposed to get a jacket or something, so that was kind of cool. I walk in, I'm known as the most bullish bear, and somebody know me as the Space Rockets Robots guy. I'm like, you guys are paying attention? Wow, this is awesome. So, and I was like, you know the market's going down tomorrow because I'm coming in super bullish today, right? And here we are. So, yeah.
You were getting some love yesterday at Porter Stansberry's house. They're like, how's Kenny Glick doing? I'm like, Kenny's doing great. Kenny's doing awesome. They're like, that guy is the man. I'm like, I know he is the man. Like there were like multiple people. Like I was like holding court on the corner of Porter's house, and like we were talking about you, right? They were like, oh, what's Kenny like in real life? I'm like, Kenny in real life is exactly what you see on video. Actually, you know, Kenny's a real deal. So they were loving you out here in Baltimore.
Hi, everybody. So I was having a great time. I wandered the streets of Manhattan looking for trouble. And once again, it hasn't found me because I live my life on the internet, which is a terrible thing, especially for the last 10 years. And according to my internet feed, everyone's out to get me. But every time I go to the city, nothing bad happens. As a matter of fact, I went looking for trouble and I found Jesus. So I was actually talking to two guys. They were just out there preaching. And I was like, come talk to me. I got nothing to do for a half an hour.
Where's this? Down in the
Washington
Village?
Square Park. And the funny
that sounds about right.
One of the best parts of
was there an odor? Was there a?
I basically hung out there for 2 hours, right? So as I'm learning about the Lord, a guy starts setting up a table, and this was the park where we used to go and look for weed, and kind of like you had to be secret of it. These dudes just set up a table, nice white table, put a sign up, weed, and I was like, so that's what you do now?
You're just sitting there rolling blunts.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. But you know what? It was I spent 2 hours in the park yesterday. I just feel like I feel like a better person. Not because I was preached to for a half an hour, but it was just a good vibe. The city's not burning down. It's just nice to get the hell out of the house, you know. And
isn't it nice, dude? The city's thriving, man. Whenever I'll be in the city on Tuesday. Whenever I'm down there, you know, people are like, oh, I don't like New York. Like, you're an idiot, dude. New York is awesome. There's so much good food and so much good things happening.
I love it down the village, man. I just love it down there. I never have a bad time, and it's just no matter how crazy I am, the guy next to me is insane or more crazy. And I love talking to the psychos and the guys dressed in flags and rainbows. This one guy was just like preaching to the air. I just want to know, so what's your motivation, sir?
So I take my daughter, I took the kids to the city, and we were walking, and there was like, you know, a dude laying there, homeless guy, you know, singing. And my daughter, like, you know, she hadn't seen anything like that yet. And she's like, Daddy, what was that? I was like, oh, he just thinks it's Halloween all year. She's like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Right.
What am I supposed to say? You know? All right. Kenny Glick, market is down. Is this a market that we're looking for some crossovers, some to the upside? We're looking to buy this dip, or do you want to ride this?
No, right now we've crossed down to where we have the Jerry Orbach. We haven't mentioned Jerry Orbach in a while.
Oh, yes, Jerry Orbach,
most unappreciated actor of our generation. Jerry Orbach is when we go back to exactly where we came from. We've given it all back. So right now we have all back the cues, and we're below. I can't believe I'm even saying this out loud. We're below a very crucial spot where it looks like we could get down another 5 or 6 points, a whole 5 or 6 points on an index that's just rallied 220. So I welcome it. And listen, Jeff Hirsch, we had him on the Schmooze last week. We talked about seasonality. Will it kick in? Hey, it was a day late. Usually it was Monday. Today it started. This week it started on Tuesday. So bring it. Bring it. It's about time I get a chance to buy some of these stocks. Again, the quantum stocks have rallied like a beast. So now we'll see where the real stability is on that. So I'm looking forward to back right with the RGTIs and, the nuclear stocks taking a beat down this morning. So again, we've been a big fan of those names the last couple of weeks. I'm looking at those. But, as far as if the QQQ can't get back above where it broke down from, and again, you'll see the levels if you come to the room, then we're going to have, a hard time rallying today for the first time in a long time. And UVXY stopped going down. That's the big thing. Right now it's up 40 cents. That's huge for us day traders. So if UVXY stays elevated, this market will stay down. And it's about time, right? So here we are. But there's still these little guys underneath. If you guys are looking at PEPG, we've been all over this one today. And even when the market was down yesterday, if you stayed focused on our favorite day trading vehicle of all time, Open, this is the greatest stock to trade. It has half-point increment options. It's very liquid. You could be a shorter one day and a long trader the next day, and it's just liquid and awesome. So, man, if you just stayed focused on RGTI and Open yesterday, you didn't even know the market was getting a little weak. So it's about where you look. And, Micron Technology for me was kind of a tell. That was a pretty damn good quarter. But
look, stick with the Open for 1 second. I wanted to talk to you about the better, right? So the Open, you still like this? This is still a go?
Well, you know what? It's a go for me to trade. There was a long again yesterday. Today it's a short already. It's just the liquidity is too good to pass up. If you're a day trader, that's what you're looking for. Lots of flow, lots of activity, less risk when there's more activity, and where you can make your days pay.
Because these short sellers have increased their short positions in Open at the most aggressive rate of any stock in the market.
Yeah.
I hope you know that.
It.
As of the latest report. I mean, when I see that and I see a stock making new highs and the shorts are increasing, I love to see that. So that's what I'm seeing there. So I'm not in the Open door. It's up another 2% today, but buying it against yesterday's lows, what is that? $7?
$7.
So against $7, I don't hate it, even though it's already up at, we're already up at 8:30. So, it's got some room, but what about the better? Throw out the better. So this is the other one. This is the other one where the activist shareholder is, doing its thing. And it's pissing off all these perma bears, which is hilarious. These are the last 2 days.
That one I have to look as a short because that looks like the Newegg, which still was one of my, in the craziest bull market, one of my best trades of the year was Newegg short because I just nailed it at the highs. Newegg had gone from 3 to 130, and you had the blow off top, and then you had a follow through for about 100 points to the downside. That chart looks exactly like Newegg. That's the kind of one I need to short. When they've gone parabolic like that, open has been a nice little staircase. It hasn't really been, you look at it from 50 cents to $8. It seems like it's gone parabolic, but it's not like that at all. It had a really nice base being built. It broke out, consolidated, broke out, consolidated. Better, that stock needs to be punched in the face. I mean, and I'm the guy that wants to try to do it.
Yeah. Better takes out the lows from the last 2 days. That's it.
What'd you say?
There. If better takes out the lows from the last 2 days, there's your short.
Absolutely. This thing looks like it, $42 is where it should be. And if it breaks back under 42, you'll see it at 30. So again, you got to pick your spots on that. But again, when that's a parabolic move, again, that's why I think open's going to be continuously awesome to trade. I inevitably think it's still going to be a dud when it goes under 5 again and goes back to 0. But, that's my bearish nature. Eventually, when these stocks, when the hoopla wears off and the volume dries up, they generally drift right back into obscurity and go bye-bye. So we'll see. I hope it doesn't. I love trading it. And, it's just, this is, once again, I can't say it enough. This is the greatest trading market I have ever seen. The opportunities are there every day. The vastness of the opportunities are there. And just the enormity of opportunity. That's the difference. We were talking about this yesterday on Yahoo. What's the difference between 1999 and this moment of maybe irrational exuberance is there's more to do. There's much more to do, and there's more places to go, and there's more places to check and more platforms to see. And obviously we're in a whole new realm where it's the everything rally, gold, silver, crypto. It's all not supposed to be going up simultaneously, but that's what it is. So
says who?
That was the conversation. Is this the new normal, or is it going to revert back to where gold is a hedge or Bitcoin is a hedge? Who knows? Who cares? This is the greatest market to trade.
Yeah, but gold has never been a hedge. Gold has never been a hedge against anything. Maybe a hedge against profitability, but during the 2000s, gold and silver did great, and stocks were in a bull market for most of that decade. So just because gold is doing well doesn't mean stocks can't do
that's
well.
That common misnomer from like that's like a 1970s thing. That's when people say that. I'm like, this is not 1972. Right. It's a lot different.
That's why people think that gold is an inflation hedge because of the 1970s, right? And then you finally got that inflation print that everybody was looking for, and gold collapsed.
I'm just excited about
then
silver.
Gold started rallying after that.
I'm excited about the silver over 40. We talked about that also, because if we could get over 50, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a big silver fan as I am, we get over 50. We're talking about $80 an ounce, baby. Yes.
120.
And all the conversations my wife have had with me over the last 10 years as she's buying handbags and shoes and I'm buying silver, I win.
Yeah.
I finally win an argument,
she's gonna
even though she won't admit it.
I was gonna say, I'm sure she'll love it when you remind her how much you're beating her. I'm sure she'll be thrilled about that.
25 years of marriage, my man, in a couple of weeks. Whoa.
Congratulations. Yeah. Congratulations. Give me one more, and then you can go
well, you got to look at PEPG, but you know what? I got to look at OKLO because I want to see who's in charge right now. This stock has had a parabolic move. Once it gets under that 100, it could go right back to the $80. So I got to keep my eye on the OKLO and some of these these new uranium stocks are new to me because I just started trading uranium, DNN and the UUU and that type of stuff. But OKLO is going to be my focus today. I want to see if this dip's going to be bought or it could get even nastier than it looks right now.
Mr. Kenny Glick, I appreciate you, my man.
Be careful, everybody. We're actually seeing some red on the screen. UVXY above 1150. We might get even nastier, so be careful out there. Cheers, my friends.
Adios. I like that. I like that mug. All right, guys. We got a little seller off this morning. We got the Dow down 130 points. We got the Nasdaq down 190 points. That's almost 1/3% to the downside for the Dow. Almost. Not much else going on. Precious metals making moves. Silver up again. I got into some platinum and palladium yesterday. I got into some biotech yesterday, some additional biotech.
Market don't look good. Market's tanking this morning. Look at this.
Is everyone afraid of the impending government shutdown? People are asking.
Are they doing that again?
They are.
Are we doing that
We
again?
are. Next week.
How often do these things happen? Like every year?
Like every year.
Years?
Yep. Like once a year.
Yeah, we gotta see what's going on here.
Because the government fiscal year ends September 30th, right? So
I would prefer them to just shut it down completely and move on and go do something else.
Yep.
Permanently. Shut it down. Just go. You don't want to work there. You're probably not doing much anyway. Just go.
China is probing Mexico.
Is that like a dating app thing? Like you probe, like you swipe left and probe? How does that work?
I think this is actually about trade barriers. Yeah. China to probe Mexico's rise in tariffs.
I got two things, and then I want to talk about crypto.
Yeah, we got to
go to the Jim Simon quote. This is great. This really hit me.
I'm at my uncle.
Yesterday I'm talking with some investors. They're telling, their GC, oh, why do you like XYZ, the stock that we're buying? I was like, because I think it goes up. They're like, oh, and tell me about the company. I was like, oh, I don't know anything about the company, right? I don't know anything. So this is great. So I saw this. This one comes from our friend Meb Faber, who's actually here today. I don't know why the planets orbit the sun. That doesn't mean I can't predict them.
Yeah, he gave another famous quote, like, I don't know, 20 years ago, maybe more. And he was asked, like, for an example of a stock that, like, they like. And he said Daimler. This was maybe 30 years. He said Daimler. Daimler hadn't been public in years at that point, right? It had been bought by Mercedes or whatever. And he didn't even, the point was he didn't even know. He didn't have to know, right? It's not the point.
I was explaining to the guy yesterday. I'm talking to him, and I was like, the less I know, the better.
All right. So
he couldn't believe it. He's like, oh, so you're trading on spec? That's what he said. He goes, so you're trading on spec? What does that even mean?
Ooh.
Is that a low blow? Was he insulting me?
I think he thought he was, but
got it. I took it as a compliment. He took it as he was trying to insult me. I took it as a compliment.
It means you're doing it without any knowledge whatsoever, right?
Who said that to you?
Yeah,
perfect. A nice man. I don't think he was trying to be mean about it. He was nice. He was laughing. He was laughing at like how little I knew about the company. I just told everybody we're buying.
I know who said it.
On spec is speculation. So you're just like, yeah,
right. He goes, oh, so I'm like, yeah, I don't know anything about the company. I know it's in South Africa. And then he's like, and then he's like,
it's actually really nice. It was really nice not hearing that guy's name for a while until you texted me yesterday and reminded me about him.
No, throw up slide 4.
And then let's talk about crypto because I got something to say.
And then let's talk about crypto.
Money.
No. Go back. There you go. This is a great reminder. Put the thing up. Stop messing with it. Put the thing up. What are you guys doing?
We got Rick. Rick, there we go. You got it.
Rick, throw it up. So this is a reminder that while the average return for the S&P 500 might be 8%, the S&P 500 is never, ever, 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 ever up 8%. Never, ever, never happens ever, right? But when the stock market goes up, right, doesn't go up every year, but when it goes up almost 20%, right? So keep that in mind, that in positive years, the stock market tends to do much better than the average year. Keep that in mind. I thought this was a great reminder. These are data points that like I knew, we've talked about it, Jeff Hirsch talks about it, but seeing it like this, I thought was really powerful.
Yeah, stocks go up a lot when they go up. We love the stock market. This is so much fun. Crypto is in trouble here. Throw up the Bitcoin.
All right, show it.
I'm at the point here where just fuck it. I'm going to be out of this trade. It's just too much. When the market stops making sense to me, and this is becoming one of those situations, I just don't understand why these cryptos can't get up off of the floor here and look more like speculative growth and, risk on offensive assets. And for me, when something doesn't make sense like that, right, I'm looking at it saying, well, this should move. It's not making sense. Why isn't it moving? I'm just going to get the hell out of the way for now. I think if you drop, this isn't how I had it whopped up, but if you drop a VWAP from the pivot lows here, we're just about breaking it, right? So we're at that.
I love how you just said, this is not
How
I had it
whopped up. I love you, Fonz, but it's not it. If you drop the VWAP from the pivot lows, it's coming in and we're below it. So I think, if that breaks, I don't even know what these numbers are. If that breaks, we're heading lower back towards 100. And then Solana really is the big one for me. Like, this is the general as far as I'm concerned. It was exciting getting Solana on board, but it was really short-lived. And now we're giving back too much, and we are seeing some tactical damage to the trend. So I just drew a basic trend line here, right, to show that rate of trend is changing and shifting and moving lower. And then also just drop that VWAP from the July lows, right? We're breaking that right here today. And I think you got downside towards, I think 200 gets you 175. And then we got to just, take it from there and see what happens. And I'll also say that it's incredibly strange to me that this group of assets is not working out here. And I think this could be a big early bearish data point if cryptos just roll over here. That would not be chill for everything else that's going on. So I am watching this very closely, heavily invested in some short-term trades. And like I said, we'll give it a look here this morning, but like Coinbase MicroStrategy, which is really how I'm playing this for monster catch-up move, they're at big levels, and red candle today pretty much is going to take me out. I'll remain in my longer dated calls for now.
MicroStrategy, as we speak, MicroStrategy closed yesterday at new 5-month lows and new year-to-date lows relative.
I don't think that's what Steve is talking about.
What?
MicroStrategy?
Yeah. No, I'm super long, dude.
Yeah. You just said that.
MSTR, this is the level.
But,
right?
but MSTR is not like the harbinger of crypto that it used to be, right? I mean,
I don't know, Spencer.
I think it's a canary in there somewhere. Yeah.
There's big information here. It's not just a trade. This is worth paying close attention to. So like I said, I'm going to reduce exposure big time. Unless we just dip and rip out here this morning, I'm pretty much closing out the short-term trades here and just going to see what happens. But getting crushed today.
Strazza, the BMNR down 5% today.
Yeah.
So that's the Ethereum MicroStrategy.
Yeah, they got a Solana Treasury one now.
It's getting washed out here.
What is that one? We just had a big filing.
SLNH.
No. What's the one that the multi-coin boys just filed for, Fonz?
Oh, there's too many. I can't even keep straight. SLNH is down 16%. It's Solana Holdings.
Soluna Holdings? They can't even.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. So yeah, right. Soluna Holdings. Right.
What is that?
And then so there's Solana Treasury.
Yeah, but this is what's.
There's too many of these.
The Orbs. Is it the Orbs? Is that it? That's what they filed for? ORBS? That was the Samani filing? I don't know. These guys were early to Solana. They made a great trade many, many years ago, and they've done nothing good since. So we'll see.
The multi-coin guys?
One great trade. Killer trade. One of the greatest trades in the history of crypto, I would say. They were super early to that.
What about the Galaxy? Galaxy making new all-time highs.
What have you done for me lately? Galaxy looks great. Very bifurcated, right? Because you got the MicroStrategy and the Coinbase, total dogs. Strange. And then these
down 6%.
These Bitcoin miners, they don't stop going up every day. So boy, has the landscape changed for crypto stocks. Literally role reversals, leaders turning into clean and clear laggards, and laggards turning into clean and clear leaders out here. Literally, these guys just switch seats. And Robinhood's still just incredible. So
I bought
not this morning
companies yesterday, and I bought biotechnology yesterday.
Yeah, I like that, JC. And I think, did you say oil and gas? What'd you say before the bios?
No, I didn't say oil and gas. I want to buy oil and gas. I haven't yet. I'm right there. I want to.
I think you just slam into the oil and play a nice leg up here.
How many times X is that?
I think it's triple. Oil U.
Triple long oil. I don't think I need
you
that.
do.
Oh no, it's triple long explorers.
You don't know that you need it. You got to try it. You don't know how good it is until you have some.
No, I've been sober on triple leveraged ETFs for like a good decade, and you know,
Good.
I feel good. I feel good. I feel clean.
I used to,
you know, I don't.
I
Need
used
to
be like you. You know, I was like a never leveraged fund guy, and now I just can't help myself. The liquidity is just, it's so good.
Steve, what did you say yesterday? You pick up bad habits of the bull market?
Yeah, man. Like you learn some really, really bad lessons out here.
Why don't you get your dopamine from your water aerobics and not your leverage ETF?
I don't even want to get you started. I was telling somebody yesterday that water aerobics are actually very, very misunderstood because the resistance, if you get a good flow going, the resistance actually starts moving against you. You create like your own little wave pool in there. Anyway, there's a right and a wrong way to do it, I guess is what I'm saying. You ever thinking about getting the water weights? The water weights? You know what I mean? No?
No. I don't know what he's doing. He's coming in and out. What?
Are we done talking about water aerobics? I'm sorry I even brought it up.
We can move on. Strazza, check out Lab U. I'm in the Lab U. Same thing. Same as the Oil U. I'm in the Lab U, right? Because you just got to slam into these trends sometimes. And the ETFs, these triple ETFs are great placeholders for me when I'm trying to choose my fighters, right? And pick my basket. I use these triple funds as just placeholders, right? So I got skin in the game. I'm good. If biotechs take off on me while I'm trying to figure out, you know, my basket. And then what I'll do is I'll slowly reduce the Lab U, right, as the placeholder as I buy actual biotech stocks. You like that? It's good. Very into my exposure. I'm always tracking my exposure. Like how much do I, you know, am I exposed to this? I'll tell you, China has really helped me out recently. Just being so grossly overweight China has really helped.
Have you guys noticed that Apple is also on pace to close at the highest levels of any month in the company's
Apple looks
history?
fantastic. Full bowl.
How about that?
Apple.
All-time monthly closing high for Apple. I mean, we still have 4 more days, so we'll see. I don't know. But, man, it's right there. A lot of new all-time high monthly closes.
What about Nutrien? Great. Mosaic looks good, too. I don't know. Archer Daniels Midland has a sweet coil. ADM. Anyway, I don't know, guys. I really don't love what I'm seeing from the crypto. I'm not really thrilled about it.
Well,
the oil and gas, on the other hand, though, oil and gas and biotech, the new portfolio.
Look, you have like you have a potential scoop setup in the MicroStrategy, so you got to watch it. But this thing's got to be above 320, like immediately. What?
I mean, I'm not in. I don't like it. I'm looking at energy. I'm not in energy, but I'm stock in this.
Yeah. So
you know, the commercial hedgers are super long crude oil. You think crude oil is about to collapse and complete this massive top in the middle of a bull market? I don't. Especially with gold and copper doing what they're doing. But
it's not happening. You're just moving in the opposite direction right now. We're not like at the lower bounds or anything. Like it's working. We're getting up off the ground here. XLE looks nice. Look at the oil field services. I think that's a really big deal.
Why don't you talk about the event today, Mr.
I'm excited to talk about small cap stocks.
Yes, tell us about that, Steve.
We ran a bunch of small cap specific scans, basically just tweaking some of our flagship scans and universes to be small cap only or even more small cap focused. So we did it for the 2 to 100, we did it for Young Aristocrats, we did it for our freshly squeezed list, which is our short squeeze names, we did it for a bunch, we did it for the minor leaguers too. And we're going to drop all those scans. They're already published and on the site, and a bunch of new trade ideas. I don't know, 20, 30 new trade ideas. We're going to go through some of them on the call this afternoon, show some of the groups that we're focused on, show some of the trends or themes that kept popping up right across these scans. We're just going to go through it. Mary's going to join me. We're just going to shoot the shit about small caps.
Yeah, so that's it.
Nobody's talking about this. Nobody's talking about it.
Wow, look at us. Look at us, Mary.
So that's at 4:15 today. after the close.
Yeah.
Totally free, right? And the guys have been pounding the table on this so long, we thought probably makes sense to do a video about it. So,
Strazza, you got to get like a scarf like that.
Yeah, she looks great. Seriously, I do.
Yeah.
All right.
You look like an accountant or like you look like an in-house lawyer or something.
Oh well.
So the link,
Mary, looking good, Mary.
The link
looking
is on
good.
the screen. The link is in the chat, and we'll see you guys there at 4.
Hold on, Daniel. I hope Tim Cook retires soon. What are you talking about? Tim Cook has been the single best CEO in the history of Apple.
Whoa.
Okay.
Wow.
There's only been like 2 or 3.
That's right.
3.
God, you're such a wise guy today. Anyway, Apple's doing tremendous out here. Tim Cook has done an absolute stellar job at this company, and he gets 0 credit. He's truly one of the great CEOs of this
I don't think he
decade.
gets 0 credit. I think
He
people
gets
know
no
that
credit,
Tim
man.
Cook is.
He gets no credit.
He was clearly the guy for the job. They needed someone.
Was he at that fancy dinner at the White House with all the tech CEOs? Yeah, right.
Tim Apple was there.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the guy for the job. The company hadn't matured. They needed someone to make sure the trains run on time. They needed an operational expert. He was that guy.
Did he come internally? Did he come in internally
he
from
was
Apple?
operations. He was he was financial. He was CFO, wasn't he? Dude, he has steered this ship right for a long time now. And if you're an Apple shareholder, you shouldn't be sitting there waiting for him to retire. You should be very grateful and thankful for how Tim Cook has kind of run the show over there.
Yeah, the biggest complaint is that they haven't had a revolutionary product, really.
They didn't need one.
But they didn't need one, right? I mean, they did invent new product lines. Wearables wasn't a thing 15 years ago, right? It is now. Wearables by itself is bigger than like more revenue than Netflix, I think, right?
He found a way to keep Apple as top dog despite literally innovating close to nothing for the past 20 years. So that ain't easy. Good for him. Literally just took their position, cemented it.
How do we feel about them eliminating the pattern day trading rule?
I saw that.
It doesn't matter for most people.
Is that? I saw that, and
it doesn't matter to anybody who actually mattered. But
I saw that, and I kept reading because it's not actually going to happen, right? It's kind of what I thought.
People trade. Seriously. Let the people trade, right? This is the people's market. The stocks are for the people. Let them trade the stocks. I don't understand.
Most of those headlines were like SEC proposes new rule. Nothing actually changes, right? I don't think. Or if they do, it takes years. So
here's what I want. If they change this rule, I don't care whether they change it or not.
Yeah.
But the reason that, like generally speaking, but the reason why I'm in favor of them changing the rule for Strazza's Strazza's right. Let them trade. If they want to blow themselves up, let them blow themselves up. So they could trade. They could trade the second half of the Monday night game, but they can't day trade Apple. Like that's ridiculous. So I agree with Strazza, but also I want the data. Yeah. I want to know what the traders that would not have been allowed to trade under the prior rule now are allowed to trade. What are those folks doing? That I want that data so we can do the opposite.
I don't know how you get that data.
Wow.
I don't either.
But
that's the
data
wants
Piker positioning.
I want Piker positioning. Yep.
Okay.
This would be like the odd lot theory of 2025.
Spencer hates it.
Well, the data's out there now. It's just, they're not pattern day trading, but they're still trading.
No, I want specifically the group of individuals that prior to the law change would not have been able to do this. Now they are able to do this. I want to know what those folks are doing.
What you want is Fidelity and Schwab to come out and say these are the most bought stocks by account size. That's what you want. Yeah, that's what you want.
Yeah,
I don't know why they would.
I guess that's.
I don't know why they would call their own clients out like that.
We had it. It was Robinhood data.
Yeah, I know.
We had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had it.
Yeah, bummer. All right. It is 9:30. I don't know where Sean is. I think he's working on some stuff. I mean, I see him in Slack, but I don't know where he's. Sean, if you're watching, we miss you. No,
we're going to talk about it on Breakout Multiplier call. We're going to have a long call. We're just going to work through this.
Busy day today. Busy. Thursdays are busy.
Yeah.
Wednesdays and Thursdays are our busiest days. So Kenny's going live at 11, right?
I might sit down for this one, just chill. We're just gonna walk through it. Probably do some live charting. We gotta talk about it.
Yeah,
because there are some levels here. I don't do this often, but I'm thinking about cutting out of positions. I almost never do. So I gotta go for a walk.
All right, 11 o'clock. If you're a member of Breakout Multiplier, your weekly video with Steve is today. For everyone else, Kenny will be live at 11. Gold Rush live at 2. Sean Options Jam session live at 3. Live stream with Mary and Steve at 4:15. Louis Sykes live for the crypto members at 6. So a busy day today on the channel. Yeah, Sean is too busy trading to join us, which is unfortunate, but that's the breaks. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Go make some money. Thanks for watching. All right.
Thanks, everybody.
YOLO responsible.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs.